Volkswagen will be discontinuing the Arteon, which is sad because it's one of the fastest vehicles in its price category. And today I'm going to show you how fast this thing really is, just like this. And we have this 2023 Volkswagen Arteon Sel R-Line 4motion in deep black pearl. Typically, reviewers will not talk about this going against an Audi, a BMW, or a Kia. But I'm going to. I'm going to touch bases on why this has more performance. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The new Volkswagen Arteon is a touch of art, and that's exactly what it means. Starting off with these LED headlamps, daytime running, which are LED light bar that goes into the Volkswagen badging. Chrome is going to surround the whole bumper. On the lower, you get your front parking sensors and the chrome on that air vent right there. But it has a performance look, and that's what we like about this. It's not just a look though, it backs it. Normally, no one would say goes against a BMW M440i, an Audi S5 or S7, a Kia Stinger GT2, but I'm going to. Standard adaptive damper suspension, which is something that are found in vehicles similar that I'm comparing it to. It's the DCC, which will change the drive from comfort, normal, and make it more engaged to sport. 20-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels, the front disc reading at 13.4, the rear at 12.2, XDS cross differential, a strut front suspension, a multi-link rear suspension. Both the front and the rear have your coil springs and your anti-roll bars. A length at 191.4 inches, a wheelbase at 111.7 inches. R-line badging comes into play on the side with the gloss black non-functional vent, chromed out, and chrome around the window treatment and on the lower sill. Fastback design derived from Audi, and yet you're getting performance at a fraction of the price. Because it's a hatchback, you're going to increase in cargo, wraparound tail lamps. The lower bit gets all the chrome aesthetics, even for your exhaust outlets, which it's just a panel. That I wish that they would have kept a little bit more sporty. Power hatch to go into 19.9 cubic feet of storage. You have a storage tray on the side and some more storage right there. Lift up underneath and you get a spare tire. Split fold the rear bench with a pass-through at a 40-60 split, increasing the cargo to this fastback. But this is increased horsepower from last year. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust. The Volkswagen Arteon Sel R-Line has performance attributes, the fastback design, and I know I've been waiting a while through the review for you to hear the performance numbers, and they back the performance with a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged, producing 300 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 7-speed DSG transmission, achieving 22 to 31 mpgs, a 0 to 60 under 5 seconds. It's at 4.6 seconds, which is faster than a BMW M440i, an Audi S5, S7, Kia Stinger GT2, quarter mile at 13.3 seconds, which is faster than everybody except for the BMW and the Audis, unfortunately. But it's only about 0.2 to a second slower. So you're getting a fraction of the price, yet you're getting the dynamics underneath it. To me, it's no wonder why they discontinued it. The only thing that I wish they would have optioned is a convertible, because that's the only thing that stops me from purchasing it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 Volkswagen Arteon Sel R-Line 4motion. As we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Volkswagen Arteon Sel R-Line you're going to receive 37.7 inches of headroom, 41.2 inches of legroom, 12-way power adjustments with titanium black leather for the front seats. They are sport bucket, memory for the driver. The dashboard gets the aluminum look with the gloss black on the lower. You get the ambient lighting that will run on that middle part. Going into your 8-inch infotainment screen with navigation, we have the gesture, the pinch, the swipe. Click the menu button to see we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Switch it to reverse. You have a reverse camera with full trajectory. Click that little button right there so you can see your front and rear parking sensors. Working underneath, dual climate control touchpad. Open up in here and you'll have your wireless charging pad. You'll have your driver mode select, the gloss black around the gear lever, an area for your key fob, and the cup holders, I would say about a 20 ounce will fit without any issues. You can open it up so that way you'll have two with the 12 volt right here. More sport drive, open up inside and you got your two USB-C ports. It's pretty deep going onto your flat bottom R-line leather wrap steering wheel. Multi-function, it's the touch sensitive with the paddle shifters. The gauge cluster is a full readout. If you want the navigation, click the display, it will switch it onto here. Then it will take it off from here, just simply click into it so you have it there, it will take it off here. You can go through an array of information for the driver, you can also change the view layout. The door panel goes and integrates into the dash. We get the ambient lighting, that's going to go right into here with the aluminum look. One touch up and down for your windows, more sport drive with the contrast stitching, a large storage pocket, but it narrows down into the back. The back seats, I'm at 37 inches of headroom, 40.2 inches of legroom. It's going to be more than your A5 Audi. It's also going to be more than the Kia Stinger. Cup holders you can still use even with your armrest. You'll have a 12 volt charger and your air vents in the back, storage behind both of the front seats. The floor isn't flat. The door panel, get your everyday materials and you'll get that ambient light right where this dark gloss is. More sport drive yet again. You have a pretty decent storage pocket, just narrows down with a one touch up and down for your window. Sitting into the center, headroom is still not an issue, nor is legroom. I actually have loads of space. Even though I'm sharing feet space, it's pretty wide. The seats are not going to be as wide. It's going to be more narrow for your elbows, shoulders, and your butt. So that's going to be the tight part, but you have a lot more maneuverability inside this because of the width. Taking the 2023 Arteon Sel R-Line out for our test run, increase of 32 horsepower. What that entailed was 1.5 seconds quicker 0 to 60. Putting this back to my rival perspective, which I know in the comments people are going to say, oh, it does not compare to those. Well, it does, because the 0 to 60 is faster. The quarter mile is like 0.3 to maybe 1 second slower. This goes all the way up to a Porsche Panamera 4S, which is MSRP at 110, and that beats it by 0.3 seconds 0 to 60 roughly. That is crazy what you're getting out of this. It's no wonder they discontinued it. I don't know why they kept it so long, because you got such a value. This is under $50,000, and yet it beats cars that's $80,000 and over $100,000. You get better cargo. You're going to be a little bit cheaper on insurance. The ground clearance is 5.5 inches, so you don't have to worry, because when you're in a Porsche, you're lower to the ground. This one, you do sit up, so it's going to be similar to an A5, S5, or an RS5. Here we go. What I did is I put it in custom to make sure every single detail was as sport derived as possible, and man, it went. As for the brakes, they grab good for the wraparound or your turn radius. It's a little bit wider than I'd like, but about 2 lanes down. Gets up to speed quick. Now the sound deadening is not going to be as good as an Audi or a BMW or the Porsche, but for the value that you get, a fun everyday drive, it packs it. The A-pillars are smaller too, so I like that it keeps a safe in the sense of the way the windscreen is shaped, but yet it's very dynamic because of the way the dashboard is laid out. So they did an excellent job in that. Just the hood kind of tapers down, and I don't necessarily like love that because it just takes away from the image of a fastback in the sense of how much performance is underneath this. And I know it's only 300 horsepower, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it changed the dynamics and the driving to this car 100%. Now there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because anything more than that, I'd be taking this Arteon home. The 3 things that I like about the vehicle is how you get so much value compacted in such a vehicle. Unfortunately, they're discontinuing it relatively soon, and that's sad because this thing has so much potential that it is insane what you get, especially with the suspension setup and the engine. And because it's a dual clutch automatic transmission, the thing is ready to go instantly. The second thing that I like about the vehicle is they didn't go Volkswagen in the sense of it's a boring car in the interior. They give you ambient lighting throughout. So the dash, the door panels, if you go into the Kia, you're not going to receive that. So you get a little bit more in the sense of styling in the interior, which takes me to the last thing that I like. Headroom and legroom is going to be better than all of those classes in which I've been talking about, and it's not much longer of a vehicle. Stop right here, give her a little go. Three things that I dislike for the moonroof: it's not power, you have to move the sunshade. Obviously this is not an Audi, it's just because we're at such a higher price point for the Volkswagen line. I would have liked to see that because it just would have made it a little bit more luxurious in the interior. The second thing that I dislike is they emphasize a lot on chrome. If it's me purchasing it, I'd black it out to make it look sportier. Taking me to the last thing, the wheel design, it's okay, but it's not something like, wow, oh my God. And for the value pack that you're getting, I would have liked to see something that just maybe made this set a lot more out of class than all of those rivals. Because when you get into Audi or BMW, even Kia, they really illustrate a lot more sport on the exterior. This illustrates a lot more luxury, and it's sad because this has more sport than all of those cars I've been talking about. As for the Kia, I like the Stinger, awesome value, but you're talking about $55,000, $60,000 if you want more power seat adjustments than this, and it's going to be tighter in the back seat. Your cargo is going to be about the same, but this is going to be better dynamically, even though that has more power underneath the hood. If you go to Audi S5 or S7, both of those, again, I love these vehicles because they just are awesome in what the package of what you get, but this is faster. If I'm looking to be more quick on a circuit and doing the quarter mile, then obviously those are going to take the cake. This is going to be a lot more faster on a straight road, but it can still do some maneuverability because you have the XDS cross differential. I'd like to thank Volkswagen of Newport Richey for giving us this 2023 Volkswagen Arteon SEL R-Line for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video, the subscribe button, check out the merchandise, details, and website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.